if you're very serious about your goal, I would get some professional advice and help. Listen, you're not going to try and do your taxes on your own, are you? You're going to go to an accountant or something, and you might, and you might just get a letter from the Revenue Canada after and a call.
It's like, what do you mean I have to pay another $500?
Right? Are you going to try and defend yourself in the court of law? Well, it's going to take you a lot of time to learn how to do that. So I would get some professional help and advice. And I'm not saying you got to go pay for a trainer 5 times a week. No. Go get a program from somebody that's credible.
Imagine you look at a millionaire and be like, fuck, man, can I pick your brain for an hour every week to teach me how to do certain things?
That's exactly
it. And I say millionaire because they're not just going to teach you about finances. They're going to teach you about how to treat people, influence, there's different dynamics within becoming a successful millionaire. Just like with training, it's not just about the training aspect. It's about understanding your relationship training with food, moving around certain dynamics within your training program that fits your personal needs and your goals.
Welcome to Behind the Strength podcast, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind. I'm Christian Alvarez.
And I'm Carlo Balagase. Welcome to the show.
If you're a returning client, if you're returning to the show, thank you very much for listening. Thank you to all the suggestions and comments you guys have made. We will be covering your podcasts that you've actually asked us to cover.
Yeah, to cover. Please keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
And you're more than, we'd love to hear more topics from, if you're the same person, you have multiple topics, keep messaging us and letting us know. You could definitely comment on our YouTube channel because we put up our full videos on that as well. So if you haven't reached out there, on Instagram, we do some, some clips on there. So featured clips, little remixes of what we talk about here and there. So you could follow us there and you could actually get a better glimpse of what we do in our lives in terms of business, fitness, therapy. We have a lot. Exactly. Yeah, we have a lot more in-depth fitness and therapy videos in our clientele, and really get an understanding of our world in Toronto and through us strengthen you and our growth too. So
yeah, we welcome you guys to really get to know who we are and the principles that we apply to our own life and to our business life. If you're new to this podcast, we are entrepreneurs who own a fitness and therapy business in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. We are currently expanding to more locations this year, and we've actually been around for 8 years.
Been around for 8 years since 2011. Started off at less than 2,000 square feet. Now we're at 11,200 square feet. Turned into a multi-million-dollar business. High school friends, a lot of our boys and homegirls work with us. So it's a fun dynamic here.
Real cool.
I think that's like the ultimate goal, right? I remember back in high school, like, man, one day we should own a business and work with our friends. We pretty much created a business like that.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty cool. All right. That's pretty cool.
Today we're actually going to talk about when you hit a plateau and what the hell to do about it.
In training?
Yes, in training. And of course, how to determine whether you've hit a training plateau. So, if you're on a quest for weight loss and your weight just won't budge, or, the inches just won't keep closing in, if you're trying to gain muscle and your strength gains haven't budged in a few weeks, how do you, one, determine that you've hit a plateau, and two, what to do about it?
I think it's a very important thing to determine that you are hitting a plateau, or to even see it coming. I think that's a very important thing.
I think, let's just be clear that, guys, you don't have to be a serious athlete to hit a plateau. Anybody who is in a quest for better fitness, better health, will hit a plateau at some point in time.
You're going to hit plateau.
You're going to hit a plateau.
Especially in the different phases, even if you started off.
Yeah.
When your starting phase, you're going to feel great. You're going to see a lot of results, and then you're going to start to slowly see dip in results. Faster results.
So it might not be a complete halt in progress,
yes,
but it could also be a slowdown in progress. It could also be an injury starting to come along, right, or to crop up.
Yep.
So those all obviously cause plateaus. They are part of a plateau. And anything that will kind of hinder your progress in the gym and your gains, right?
So today we're going to go over the typical things that cause plateaus, the indications of, here's a checklist to know if you are hitting a plateau.
Yeah.
And action plans and actual action steps to get over this plateau.
So how do I know if I've hit a plateau to begin with? Like, let's go through the science.
Okay. So, first one I would say is that there's an indication of, for me, when I started hitting a plateau, is more emotional, right? It's like saying, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this right now. Or
So your relationship to the workout changes now.
I start seeing or feeling different about my workouts as opposed to when you first start like,
It's a
I'm
chore.
excited, and you start feeling monotony.
It
right?
becomes kind of like a chore. Like I
Yeah,
have
so
to do this as
chore.
opposed to I want to do this.
And it's not so much like I know I hit a plateau, is that I know I'm starting to hit a plateau because, again, the indication of like, it's like having a relationship that you're not excited about. Where do you think that's going to grow?
Yes.
It's going to plateau.
Yes.
So mindset and how you feel about it is very important. And it's very important to start paying attention to that shit.
So also because of your moods and because your relationship to your workout has changed and to the actual exercises, obviously your intensity starts to fall.
But that's it.
Right? So it goes
Because
hand in hand.
because your energy isn't there. And
Exactly.
like,
and
oh,
your
man.
focal point isn't there.
Yeah.
Naturally your workouts are going to start to dip. Like the weights that you're using are going to start to dip. You might not be able to run for as long on a treadmill.
You're going to skip the last set. It's like,
Skip the
three's
last
good
set.
enough.
Yeah.
How many times do you negotiate with yourself? I know I have. It's like,
skip out the last 5 minutes of cardio.
oh man, I'm just going to go eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Right? I mean, there's
Yeah.
like when you start seeing those signs happening and you start feeling that way and you start seeing your workouts kind of dip down, you might want to take a step back.
Yeah.
Because those are all signs that you're either headed to a plateau, if not, you're already in the middle of one.
Ed Milet says it the best. Like your goals or your dreams are for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly like your ability to not put it up for sale hinders. So you're going to start putting up your goals for sale now. Any little negotiation will veer you from that goal.
Well, yeah, and it's a lot easier to say to kind of excuse yourself from going to the gym or doing it. It becomes a lot easier to miss a workout.
Oh yeah.
You justify things a little bit better. That hey, I'm going to miss today's workout because of such and such.
I
There's
got in a fight with my
snowstorm.
girlfriend.
There's
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go eat, and I need to have a conversation with my friends. I'm gonna go drink.
Right.
Which obviously is bullshit. Like a workout is way better for you mentally, physically,
Yes.
spiritually than going out to eat and having drinks.
Yes.
Right.
So if you're on a weight loss plan or if you're on a weight gain plan and your weight has stabilized for weeks on end, if that hasn't budged, you're probably
I hit 180 on my bench press, and then I'm not moving from there.
No,
for a while.
that's for strength gain, yes.
Yeah.
So that definitely is an indicator that you've obviously hit a lifting kind of plateau. But I'm talking about when you're actually losing weight. So say
okay.
you're dropping down from 200 pounds to 165 or whatever it is, right? And at 180, you've been stuck at for the last 2.5 weeks.
Yes.
Meanwhile, your diet's on point and you've been going diligently to the gym, right?
That frustrates a lot of people.
It does. It really does.
And it's funny, not funny because it's not funny to be in that position, but when you actually like break them down and unlock all these other things that they think they were doing right, and you just tweak it, and then you're like, boom.
But where we go wrong to begin with as people is that when we get stuck at something, we're going to keep jabbing at it, actually even harder with the same exact way that we were doing it before that hit us there.
What do you, where else in life does that ever work? Why do we do that?
So
when,
let's
when
just
training?
say, if I've hit a weight plateau, like, I'm decreasing my weight or whatever it is, my fat, right? And I've hit a certain weight and I haven't been able to budge that in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
I'm going to go harder on my cardio. I'm just going to go harder on my diet. I'm going to eat less.
That's a big one. I'm
going to work out longer, right? And they don't actually intelligently look at what is happening here.
Yes. There's so many factors.
There's so many factors. Your body may be overstressed to begin with.
Absolutely.
Just that amount of distress on the body or that amount of physical stress causes the body to hold on to weight to begin with, right? Yes, that's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a conversation itself.
Yeah, and you're overtraining, and that causes inflammation within the body. That causes a different response in your hormones, right?
Of course.
Depending on your genetics and who you are, your body could actually be cannibalizing itself, in different ways.
Yep.
But people don't realize that because A, Instagram doesn't fucking talk about that a lot.
No.
B, not a lot of people would want to dig deeper because that's top level shit, right? Training, nutrition.
Very much so.
Because everyone's like, that's the thing I hate about this shit.
You got to understand a lot of that is also like, hey, sports psychology. It's a huge thing, right?
Is it 80% nutrition and 20% training, Christian?
Right.
How about your fucking stress levels? How about your sleep? How about
and that's a big factor that you just said, the stress level thing. a lot of people plateau in their workouts or in their weight loss plan or in their weight gain plan or whatever it may be because of the amount of stress. So you start getting mood swings.
Yeah.
You start to like basically not like anybody, or you just get very irritated and irritable very fast, very quick with small situations, your kids, your wife, your the people at your work. And all of a sudden, and the reason why these things come along is because there's a hormonal imbalance in your fucking body.
Yeah.
Get your damn self checked out.
Or if you're going in all the time, 6 days a week,
Your body's
you're going
shutting
hard,
down.
your the function of your body, like your muscular function,
Yeah.
your the mechanics of your body are changing now because of tightness and stuff like that. And you don't address these things, and you're just being a goon and just going into the workout. What do you think is going to happen? You just plateau, right? Like your car is not going to run 100% if you keep going from 0 to 100, hitting potholes, hitting speed bumps, the same thing, and not even addressing the fact that everything else is breaking down. That's exactly what people are doing. They're hitting road bumps, potholes, and still wondering why the hell my car isn't running efficiently.
Just to drop some science on this podcast, even though you're working your body in different parts of your body and different types of workout, let's just say you're dieting hard, you're training hard every single day, you're still straining and stressing that same neurological system.
Oh yeah.
Your brains, your nerves, your neurons, anything that fires in your body, those muscles.
Yes.
And the ability for it to actually connect like clockwork, you're stressing that out.
Yeah.
And the more you're stressing that out, the more imbalance it gets. This is why rest is so important. And not just rest within a workout, rest after workout, and rest between your cycle, so to speak, which we'll get into in a second.
Yeah, there's
right?
you're not a savage if you don't rest. You know what I mean? Like the people are like, oh no, I need to go in. I'm like, yeah, you're stupid. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like the biggest champions in the world, the greatest champions in the world understand rest.
You have to understand when you're resting, what you're doing is you're recuperating at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
And recuperation is when the magic happens. That's when muscles repair and rebuild themselves and regrow. Right? That's when your body gets a chance to metabolize.
Everybody's talking shit about LeBron. Oh, he's taking a rest. Like, yeah.
Oh, he's smart. He's taking a rest during the games that he doesn't need to be in there.
He's protecting his own investment.
Yeah, exactly. He's protecting his own investment.
But it's like, Michael Jordan never had to deal with the type of people in the NBA right now.
Right, exactly.
You get what I mean? And I think it's a great thing that LeBron rests because he's showing young athletes that it's important. Like, God forbid you rest 1 or 2 games out of how many that he dominates every single time.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Or anytime he's on, he's dominating.
Very important.
I'm pretty sure you can sit down for 5 or 10 minutes in a game.
Listen, man, I would do the same thing. Like, I have a contract for X amount of millions per year. I think I need to protect that too.
Yep, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Derrick Rose, like, come on, man.
And hey, you know
like, what happened to him?
You get
Dwayne Wade.
You get your team far enough in a lead, and hey, you know what? If you guys can't maintain that lead, or at least maintain the win, what the hell am I doing here?
And I'm not a LeBron fan, by the way. I don't watch.
No,
basketball.
exactly.
I
agree.
I understand athletes and strategy.
The athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the actual repair, mechanisms that have to happen in the body and the rest, right?
Yeah.
The science of it all.
Absolutely.
Right. So what actually causes plateau? Let's just explain this stuff. So a lot of things that cause plateau is not just the stress, but the overload of it. So if you're
What do you mean? Like
if you're repeating the same thing over and over again.
So the workout itself.
The workout itself. Maybe you're not keeping yourself fresh. Like, how often do you actually change your workout cycles? We call this periodization in the training world, right? So anybody that's in the training world should know what periodization is. Very simply, it's just a way to basically blueprint your body and your workouts.
Yes, and,
right?
and periodization should be different for everybody, by the way.
Exactly.
There's a lot of cookie cutter motherfuckers out there, and you guys need to stop that.
Yeah, you do, because you're washing our industry down really
I hate
badly,
that shit.
and it's not effective at all.
Yeah,
and it's dangerous to be, in fact.
Absolutely.
So what you want to do is you want to cycle your workouts. And if you're not currently doing that, then you're surely going to hit a plateau. There's people that have been on the same workout plan all year long.
Yes.
Chest Monday, back Tuesday, shoulders Wednesday, and they're going to be doing that for over years to come.
Yeah.
Right? Never taking a week off, never deloading, never changing the split, never changing the sets and repetition scheme.
And I think that's a part of that, to be mentally okay with always changing like that. Not always changing, but you're building steps to get to that ultimate landing. A lot of people feel that they always have to push, and then a change will kind of bring them back a step. You know what I mean? It'll drag them back down.
Yeah.
Which theoretically makes sense as a normal human being,
Right.
but as a professional who understands how the body works, obviously that doesn't make sense to us.
And a lot of people think, like we said, like they just keep jabbing at something harder. So they think that, putting twice the gas on this fire will actually improve my results. When
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah,
I'm going to put twice the gas on this, so my fire should be a lot bigger.
No.
My body should be churning fat in no time. It doesn't work that way.
No, that's why firefighters strategically set fires in certain ways to make it burn efficiently, right?
And sometimes you need to, the actual solution is that you need to step back. And that's a great solution, to step back and, first of all, have a look at your overall plan.
Yes.
Right? What the hell is going on with my body? And what have I been doing? Anybody who starts working out, any sort of working out, when I'm talking about working out, I'm talking about being active. You go from inactive to active, you're going to see some results.
Sure, yeah.
You're going to see some weight loss, some fat loss, things moving around, body a little bit tighter, clothes fitting a little bit better. That's natural. But because you don't have a plan, you don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And when you actually hit that plateau, so say for all you people with a New Year's resolution, right around now, it's around what, end of February, you're probably hitting a plateau. So I'm speaking to all of you out there.
Yeah.
By the end of or by the beginning of March, you're questioning the fact of whether you should even re-sign at your gym or how to get out of that contract. Am I right?
It's because you didn't sign up for a group class.
Am I right? So what's happening there is because you don't have a plan to begin with, and you're not going to know what happens next. And believe me, it's only going to get more strategic and more science-based the more you go along this weight loss plan of yours or this muscle gain plan of yours. So you're going to hit plateaus.
I mean, if you're just hitting, so a typical thing, okay, I'm going to do some cardio. Or a typical bro workout would be like, okay, I'm going to hit some weights, I'm going to do chest, and do a little bit of cardio after, 20 minutes after.
Yeah.
And then next day I'll probably do back and a little bit of cardio after. And maybe I'll do legs on Wednesday. Maybe. If I feel, I feel a little pain on my knees, I'm not going to do legs, I'm probably going to just do shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then what happens, right? You do that week after week after week after week. You think just changing the reps is going to be enough.
Or even like an angle or the exercises.
Yeah.
No, you have to strategically plan that out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many ways you can look at this, but bar none, this is for the person that you've worked out, you've been either working out or you just started working out, and you literally are stuck at where you're at. Okay.
How about gauging the progress?
What about it?
Do you think a lot of people that contributes to not being to hitting your plateau because you don't even know where the hell you're at?
Oh, that's exactly what we were talking about. There's no way for them to scale or gauge their actual progress.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's part of the plan that we're going to be putting together for you guys is you have to find a way to gauge your progress.
Yeah. In terms of like say gauging.
So let's take for example, anybody that's coming into the gym, if you say have a fat loss plan or a weight loss goal that you have. Find a way to gauge your progress. How is this done? Take measurements, waistline.
What kind of measurements? Yeah.
Waistline, hip line. Those don't lie to you.
Yes.
If the tape says 40 inches now, and 2 months later it says 42 inches, you're doing something wrong. If you're after weight loss.
Pro tip for everybody. What I don't know how you do it, but what I do is I measure where the belly button is. I always do that just because everything else, your body is in a perfect circle or a perfect shape, right? So you wanted a line or a reference point, and more than likely, depending on how big your belly is, it's not going to move that far. But obviously, if you have a big belly and it kind of droops, it's going to be a kind of different.
And when you do that, when you do measure, don't do yourself the disservice. Exhale.
Exhale. Yeah.
When you exhale, let it out.
Don't
let
do
it
any
out.
Of that
That's
shit.
Your starting point.
Yo, you got to be real at this point.
And either every week or every few weeks, that should be coming down. Take your weight on the scale.
Yeah.
Now, this one's a little bit shaky because give or take, your scale.
Before we move on, so the belly, so the stomach. I go for the biggest peak. So if I have love handles or whatever, I try to go around that peak.
Well, that usually covers where your belly button line is. No.
You know how sometimes people go belly button and they go up?
No, it should be in a straight line.
Yeah.
And that'll usually cover your biggest pieces. So anything you can grab, you will be able to.
So cover your biggest piece.
Cover your biggest piece. Just be honest with your damn self.
Okay. So that's how you were saying scale?
And, another way you can tell is obviously through your weight, your scale. Okay. It's a little bit shaky because sometimes the scale goes up. If you take your weight after a workout, your body's pumped full of blood. Your body's pumping full of blood.
Yeah.
So your muscles are pumped, you're jacked up. You're probably going to gain an extra 1.5 pounds or 2. It's going to be a little bit heavier for sure.
So what's your idea?
Things are moving.
When should you do it?
First thing in the morning, take your weight.
What I do is
Empty stomach.
yeah. So I take a piss and I take
Yeah.
number 2
Empty
right away.
stomach.
I do it right in the morning.
Empty stomach.
and
Do it
then-
in the morning.
yeah,
That's your real weight
that's
right
yeah,
there,
yeah.
right?
I don't even drink water yet.
No,
Like,
no.
I release
that's your
everything
real
for-
weight.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna start gauging your weight, I'm not saying do this every single day. Don't be neurotic like
No,
that.
no.
Go weekly, go bi-weekly, you should see it. And every week, if you are on a fat loss or weight loss plan, it should be a pound a week you're dropping.
Pound
a
of
week. Fat.
fat.
A week. A week, right?
So another important thing on top of this is not just the weight; it's about the body composition.
Yes.
So body fat percentage, the water that you're retaining in your
Yes.
body, and your muscle mass.
A plan for all you people who have hit a plateau. Number one,
Yes.
assess where you're at. Like, it's okay if you've done already the first 7 weeks, 8 weeks of this year without a plan. That's cool. Right now, right where you're at, assess where you're at. Take your measurements, take your weight,
weight, yeah.
do something like your body fat.
Body
right?
fat, muscle
body fat
mass.
can be done by caliper. It could be done by various machines nowadays.
Okay, so important part with this is it doesn't. I know the accuracy is always going to be off.
It's gonna be off.
Just use the same tool. Try to do it at the same time every time you try
Every
to
time
do it.
you do it.
Yeah, you
Be
don't want to do it like
consistent with
you don't want to measure in the morning one day, 1 week, and then next week after dinner. Like try
Yeah.
to do it every morning so you're neutral. I always do it every morning because while you're sleeping, after a good night's sleep, your body starts becoming neutral. Right, it starts to neutralize because you're not eating, you're not
Yes.
drinking. So excrete anything you need to do, number 1, number 2, and then measure.
Yeah, I think that's for any goal. That's a great way to start. Is just see where your body is at. Now, I mean, if your goal is to obviously gain strength, then you take the lifts that are important to you and you gauge your either 1 rep max or whatever it is there.
You know what? I always say it's still important to understand what your body fat and muscle
that's what I
mass
said.
is,
It
right?
always is, no matter what.
You know why? Because, okay, so as you start plateauing on your strength, right? Well, what's a good way to add to being stronger, right? A little bit more muscle mass to get more, you know what I mean? Like there's
That's
always,
why
there's
I
always,
said no
always
matter
a
what,
reason, right?
Always start there.
Because
It doesn't matter.
like you said, I want to gain strength. I don't need that. A lot of people said that. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, you should.
You
You,
need
actually
to.
should
Yeah, you
because
should.
your body composition throughout anything with your lifts, even when you're running, you know
doesn't
what I mean?
lie.
It you need to understand
Yeah,
it.
you need to understand
right?
it,
Because it's pretty much your check gauges in your car.
Yeah.
You need to understand where the fuel levels are at, the heat, and all that stuff, so you could do whatever you need to do with the car.
Yes.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter what your goal is. Just have a way to scale and gauge your progress.
Yes.
So if your goal is for better cardiovascular overall, then let's just say you start off by doing, level 8 on a treadmill for 5 minutes, and you want to maintain a heart rate of, by the end of it, right now maybe you're running at 170. Heartbeats a minute.
Yes.
By the time week 4, week 6 hits, you're probably running at 150.
Yep.
By the time you finish your 8-week or 12-week cycle, you might hit down to 140.
So you're saying the measurements here are the speed you're running at and the heart rate you're running at.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Over a certain period
Over
of
a
time?
certain period of
Okay.
time. So say it doesn't really matter what you're after,
Yeah.
but have some sort of gauge.
Have a
for
gauge.
it.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely,
a gauge,
absolutely.
right?
So what I did with that, for instance, I did sprints.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 meter, I marked 50 meters, and I did 8 sprints.
Mm-hmm.
I measured how long it took me to finish those sprints.
Yep.
To go 100%.
That's a good way to do it
gauge.
too.
It's a pretty good gauge because now you know that your recovery is getting better.
Or
if you could sprint that, right?
Or
That's
you time how long it takes for you to get back to normal heart rate.
Yeah, there you go.
After
That's a
the
good
8
one
sprints.
too.
That's
Yeah,
a good way
yeah.
too.
So this is
right?
for recovery, right?
Recovery,
Yeah.
improved cardio,
Yep.
improved endurance. Number 2, no matter where you're at, reset your goals right now. And you should have a short term, a mid-term, a long term. So let me explain that. A short term is something like a 6-week goal. So something you could shoot for anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. It'll keep you in line. It'll keep you in track, keep you motivated. Nothing that I got to wait 3 months to see.
Yes.
So it should be a 6-week goal. Number 2, maybe you should have a midterm or a long-term goal. So even in the midterm, at least 12 weeks. So let's just say
So 12 weeks is a good.
12 weeks, yeah.
That's 3 months.
that's
Three-ish
3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a week. Now you could break this up into 2 ways: week 6, week 12. This is based on 3 months.
Okay.
Because in 3 months' time, if you're on a fat loss program and you're diligent at it, you should be able to see a significant loss.
In 3 months.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Be it in your measurements, be it in your scale, be it in your body fat percentage. In 3 months, if you stick to a plan diligently, you should be able to see some sort of. So you could either gauge yourself at week 6 and week 12, or you could do if you're a person that likes to see results more often, then you could go week 4, week 8.
Yep.
week-
Then- yeah. That's a
week 12.
Yep.
at
For
the end of the
for
day.
PT clients, that's what we kind of do.
Yeah, we can do that as
'cause
well.
we have to show pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, reset your goals and have a timeline. So if you're measuring today, 6 weeks from now, you want to measure around the same time and see where you're.
I think that's
where
the
you're at,
most important
right?
part. Setting a timeline, engaging what your goal is within those intermittent timelines.
That's it. That's it.
Because all these people, man, they just like, okay, I want to hit this goal. Okay, by when? And do you know, say in the next 6 months, right? Do you even know what the markers are within those 6 months? Because it's like pacing in a marathon. Like you need to know what your pace is within a certain amount of increments of distance.
That's how you know you're going to finish this thing in an hour or an hour and a half.
Yes, because these are indicators now. It's like, oh shit. The reason why we say this is because you could either be doing too much or not too. You know what I mean? Or you're on plan. You're doing too much or you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
So both ends, you don't want to burn out.
Yes.
And secondly, you don't want to miss the boat.
Yeah. So wherever you're at right now, find where you're at right now, your exact measurements, set your goals, set your timelines.
What's a good gauge? Pound to 2 pounds of solid
1
fat
pound
a week.
of fat a week loss.
And muscle mass. What's
muscle
a good
gain,
gauge?
or muscle tissue building, about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a month.
A month. So these are your gauges.
That's your baseline gauge. It could change. It could be a little bit more. It could be a little bit less.
Yeah.
But that's generally what you're going to get if you're sticking to a strict program.
Okay. So that's what you want to aim for when
you're
pushing out your plans.
Yes. Perfect. Number 3, if you're very serious about your goal, I would get some professional advice and help. Listen, you're not going to try and do your taxes on your own, are you? You're going to go to an accountant or something, and you might just get a letter from the Revenue Canada after and a call.
It's like, what do you mean I have to pay another $500?
Right? Are you going to try and defend yourself in the court of law? Well, it's going to take you a lot of time to learn how to do that. So I would get some professional help and advice. And I'm not saying you got to go pay for a trainer 3 times, 5 times a week. No. Go get a program from somebody that's credible, right? Go see some professional advice, a professional trainer to help you, or a nutritionist to help you lay these things out and to come up with a plan.
It's like a mentor, right?
Exactly.
Like imagine you look at a millionaire and be like, fuck, man, can I pick your brain for an hour every week to teach me how to do certain things?
That's exactly
And I say millionaire because they're not just going to teach you about finances. They're going to teach you about how to treat people, influence, there's different dynamics within becoming a successful millionaire. Just like with training, it's not just like we just outlined before. It's not just about the training aspect. It's about understanding your relationship to training with food, moving around certain dynamics within your training program that fits your personal needs and your goals. Even talking about your work-life balance, quote unquote, understanding that and how that plays in a big role in your training.
You know what I find? I've always told clients or potential clients why having at least professional help in your first stage of fitness is important, because what they do is they're going to take all their years of experience and years of education, and they're going to sum those things up in a shortened period of time for you.
Yeah.
So you're getting a crash course on how to get fit a lot fucking faster than taking a university degree course of 4 years.
Dude, I don't know about you or everybody who's listening. Listen, I'll rather I'll invest in knowing my body and how to make it healthy again and again and again forever for a short period of time.
Exactly.
Than a freaking
guessing.
business admin course in fucking college that I just wanted to take because my parents forced me to go to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the most valuable course you'll ever take. And it's not like you're going to be taken away from that.
Yes.
You will understand your body significantly. You could be able to turn it on and off whenever the hell you want. Right? Imagine just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be a fat ass for the next 3 months, and then I could turn it back on when I need to because I already know exactly how to turn my body. And I think that's valuable, and people don't really see that part of it. It's like, oh man, you're not paying. You're not paying. I don't need you to fucking pay me to hang out with you and count reps. Have we done a podcast on identifying how to identify a great trainer?
I think we actually have one on the go.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We have one that's on how to find the right trainer for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? We need to do that.
Yes.
Right? Identifying the shitty
and actually, we did do
the
qualities of a good trainer. We did do
qualities
that one.
of trainer? Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
Look out for that one.
I think we
click
have
on
to
that
add
one
yeah,
and listen.
Because there's a lot of, because this industry is a low barrier entry, and there's a lot of people who quote unquote got fit overnight, and now they think they're going to be trainers, or they've been trainers for years, but they've only done bodybuilding or kettlebell and all that crap. There's a lot of things that you need to look out for, and you should listen to that if you haven't already.
Yes. Number 4, whether it's a trainer, a workout buddy, or even somebody with a like goal as you, or a friend, have someone to keep you accountable. It'll keep you moving on your progress very, very quickly and a lot better.
And hopefully it could be your trading partner, because that's
Be
a
your training partner.
huge.
That's huge, especially if you have like goals with somebody.
Yeah, man.
It's a good push. Yeah, no matter what, naturally we're going to tend to be as humans a little bit more competitive that way.
Of course.
We're going to perform a little bit harder, a little bit better. We're going to give a little bit more of ourselves.
And
when-
you could bust out 3 more reps than you would have
Exactly.
on your own.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
for me, I start really counting when I can't do it anymore. Of
course.
And you need to bust out the last 2 or 3. I'm like, oh man, this is great. That's the great part, right?
And having somebody with you to do that, to keep you
Yeah, man.
accountable,
Yeah.
you can't stop 5 minutes short of your cardio session. You can't just skip out on the last 2 reps because I couldn't get it on my own. You had every reason to do it. If you didn't do it, it's just because you punked out of it.
I'm a firm believer if you haven't trained with anybody before and you actually start doing for like 4 to 6 weeks, your body will change significantly.
Yes. Number 5, which is very important, cycle your workouts. You got to cycle your workouts. 4-week cycles, 6-week cycles, 8-week cycles.
What do you mean by cycle?
I mean by a period of time. So let's just say if you're going to follow a specific workout program.
Okay.
A 4-day, 5-day workout program, follow it for 4 weeks or 6 weeks.
Yes.
Change it up a bit after. Change the program completely.
Give an example. So, I'm new.
I'm doing chest, back, I don't know, whatever. I'm doing one body part a day, or
split, yeah.
a body part split.
Yeah.
So say for 6 weeks, we're going to start there.
Okay.
And then from there, we're going to maybe move up the intensity a little bit. We're going to start to mix and match body parts. We're going to superset.
So
say you're going to do a push day on your next program and a pull day. Maybe you might do a full compound day. Right? Maybe you might do a smaller, body part day on top of that. Or you might start mixing in some conditioning workouts in there where you're timing things.
Yeah.
Right? For your next. But regardless of who you are and what your goal is, cycle your workouts, your workout plans. Whatever program you're on, change it every 6 to 8 weeks.
And you have
it's going to keep your body fresh.
There's so many different stimuluses that you could play around with.
So many.
Like weight, reps, rest time,
and
tempo.
What will determine what you change it into is the goal that you have for the timeline that you're given.
Yep.
Right? So you see how it all comes together now, right?
It all comes together.
It all comes
you can't
together.
just have one. It has to combine with
exactly.
everything. Yep.
Take a professional athlete for example. In the off season, they're trying to work on their strength gains, their speed gains, their acceleration, gains, their deceleration. So they're going to be doing power stuff, strength stuff, explosive things, right? In season, do you want to put their body through that stress? Probably not.
No.
Because they're on the ice 5 days a week. They're on the field 5 days a week. They're on the court 5 days a week. So you're going to tend to put them on a little less strenuous stuff. And, same way as an athlete would do, cycle your workouts.
Yes.
And the very last thing you can do for yourself to keep your plateaus from breaking through is be consistent. Consistency is the key to your success.
Yes.
Right? Keep plugging away at it. Don't ever think that, what you're doing is final. Change things up. But be consistent at it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's nothing else we can tell you about that, but be consistent.
Do you think it's possible to continuously change your body throughout your life?
Yes.
I'm a firm believer too.
Yes.
Well, we have.
Yes,
so.
you can change yourself. Yeah, because if I'm not even just talking about the physical look of it, but the physical output that you make. The output.
Yeah.
I have better cardio now than I ever had when I was a bodybuilder.
Same.
Right?
But you've been over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was your max weight when you were jacked?
I don't know, like 225, 230. I was heavy.
Fucking big, dude.
Yeah.
Right? And you were jacked up.
I've squatted and deadlifted 600 pounds for multiple times over again before, right?
Days, man, yeah.
But, are those my goals now? No. Because I don't want to put my joints through that. I don't want to put my body through that. That doesn't mean I can't keep improving my body.
But, okay, so now you're doing what, more active, functional?
Active, functional conditioning.
You're doing conditioning. You're
recovery.
doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, recovery. Being able to move my body. Yes, exactly. Whereas before I couldn't touch my toes.
Dude, could you? I would never have thought that we'd be doing that.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
No,
we were like pure meathead shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But now look, if it's possible for somebody to go from 200 something to tight, jacked, you can't even wipe your butt to jiu-jitsu athletic to you can run, you run
mobile.
often. Yeah, your heart is good now.
For sure you can. Yeah.
So there is no boundaries. You just have to be consistent enough to start transitioning your body and stay there for a good period of time to be like, okay, this is my new body now. Let's explore this facet.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you follow these things, you literally will take a lot of the guesswork out of your program, number one. And two, you'll surely hit your goals a lot faster and sure than you would have if you did the guesswork, right?
Yes, and these
Take
are
the guesswork out.
And like we said before, these are tools that you could use again and again, right? Because the more you you understand it, the more you try and test out different methods, the better you will become at understanding how your body changes to certain things. And that's the best part, really understanding how your personal body changes with all the stimuluses and changes that you've put through it. I think everybody needs to go through that experience.
I agree.
And own it, right?
Yeah.
Be willing to fail. Be willing to figure it out, problem solve, because it's not going to be 100%. You will plateau.
Yeah.
Even after all these things that we tell you, you're gonna start seeing a plateau, and then that's when you start indicating, okay,
Yes.
this needs to change. You're never gonna not plateau, but you'll be able to identify it better.
It better
Yeah.
and catch it before it even happens.
Yes.
And that's the important part to constant improvement.
Absolutely.
And after all, we're all after constant improvement.
Yeah, man.
So
So if you are going through plateau and you're kind of shaking your head through it, you don't really know, send us an email.
Send us an email.
Yeah.
We can take you through these steps.
Yeah, we could
go through
help
these
you
steps
reverse
again.
engineer.
Yeah, exactly. If you have any questions about this stuff or, anything that you want us to cover specifically, let us know. Give us an email.
BTS@strengthu.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength-u.com.
Cool. Well, till next time, we'll see you later. I'm Christian.
And I'm Carlo.
Be consistent, y'all.
Cheers.